Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 Plays. We're playing Xenonauts here. We're just at the very beginning of month 2. We just did a night mission. I'm going to get us back to base. We're going to get some information stuff here. Resource Selenium. Selenium is a yellow crystalline material that sits at the heart of most recovered alien devices. It seems to act like a futuristic battery, storing power at astonishing levels of energy density. A small sample of selenium holds more energy than hundreds of liters of fuel oil at a fraction of the weight. Yet selenium is also incredibly stable. It emits no heat nor harmful radiation, and though brittle, it releases no energy when fractured. Indeed, the gentle glow that emanates from its surface is the only hint at the vast power locked within. Such a substance could be transformative for human technology. Indeed, many previously far-fetched ideas, i.e. handheld laser weapons, already seem rather more feasible. However, copious amounts of selenium will be required to make them a reality. Manufacturing lies well beyond our capabilities. Instead, we must liberate what we need from our fallen foes, just like alien alloys. So this is stuff you get and you don't ever lose. Then the UFO Scout, the thing we shot down. The Scout is a small UFO that measures approximately 20 meters from nose to tail. Carries only a handful of crew. Though highly advanced, it remains easy prey for our angel interceptors. First reason for this is poor maneuverability. The rear thruster array is extremely efficient ion drive form of propulsion that excels when traversing the vacuum of space, but lacks the raw thrust required to change direction quickly in atmosphere. The second is survivability. While the hardened skin of the vessel is impressively tough, it is less than a millimeter thick, nowhere near enough to withstand modern munitions. Indeed, one suspects this armor may be no more than a heat shield intended to protect the vessel during planetary approach. Additionally, while the energy weapon mounted on the Scout is reasonably effective, it does not appear designed specifically for combat. It is fitted with a variety of different beam emitters, few of which seem to have any obvious military application. Indeed, the real problem is such weapons tend to generate a powerful EMP effect when discharged into atmosphere. Humanity's most advanced fighter jets are thus worthless against alien vessels, while with whole squadrons liable to simply fall from the sky with their electronics fried should they even attempt to approach one. One therefore suspects the Scout is primarily a scientific vessel designed under the assumption that human aircraft pose little threat, a miscalculation given the primitive vacuum tube avionics on our interceptors are not susceptible to EMP. We have observation of a Mentarch and autopsy of a Mentid. I think I'm in the middle of something, aren't I? Yeah, I'm doing this. Then I'm going to do... I have to make sure I do this before the end of the next month, because I get more monthly funding. You get some bonuses here if you do this. So, we're just going to let that go. A little over a day for that. Okay, I needed to come in here. It does look like I'm going to need to make another storage bin. Okay, before we go here, maybe we should go build a new base and see what we have left for money. Right? I don't have any training capacity going at all. That's $750,000 to build a training facility, so it's really expensive. Oh. Now, if I go, I'm going to construct a new base. Costs $500,000. We're going to go down here. We're going to try to get trying to make sure that I get a good coverage of South America, of Latin America, as well as almost all of North America. Not quite get to Alaska, but I'm going to make up for that with the one in Asia. So somewhere down here in the bayous. Interesting they show Houston, but they don't show New Orleans. Houston, Texas, Washington, New York, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Quebec, Vancouver. Okay, I want to be able to get to those things too, so we're probably going to go right here on the edge of the coast here by the Mississippi River and stuff. Basically around where New Orleans would probably be, somewhere in here. That's where we're going to put down our base. This is going to be called USA 1. And now this is base building 101. One of the things you want to do is you want to try and make your base as defensible as possible. So, and you also want to have as much building capacity as possible. Okay. So all up here is going to be like hangars and maybe radars is what you're going to put up on above it here. Or if you do it here, it would be the ones down here. Where there's a 2 spot, that's where hangars go, and maybe some radars. Okay? And then if you put it here, it lets you expand down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll have 18 spaces to expand to. Now that's going to take 12 days. I always build a storeroom right away. And then, what's the power? Where's the power? Generator. Generator takes 12 days. Because you will need power in the future. So you will need power, and then I go ahead and start a hangar. You can use the mouse wheel to. And then that's my base, and I used about 1.2 million to get to that base. Okay, that's going to take a while. It's going to take 2 weeks before it's even close to being able to do anything. So over here, I can go ahead and build up. Training center takes 750,000. That'd be half my money, but it's usually worth it. And I do need to put in another storeroom. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the training center in here. And I'll hold off on the storeroom for a little bit. I can build. If I build this generator over here in this corner, and what I'll do is when that's done, I'll get rid of this generator, and that way I can put like 3 radars across or something. I can play games with where I put my radars. Alright, and I'm going to keep that money because I've got stuff I want to build. So then we're done with this. And we come back out here, we zoom out, we now have 2 bases. This one's going to be a long time before it can get up because the radars are expensive too. So, in here, I just remembered that you actually have to keep these corpses to get some bonuses on them. But I can sell the magnetic weapons, because those don't give me bonuses. At least they didn't in the past. So we'll get rid of those. But I should have kept the Secton corpses because that's something you have to make something, to do some other researching stuff that they've changed. I don't know what sell junk means. Additional income. Pressing this button will sell the maximum sale quantity of all these, quote, junk items. Okay. Alright, and I've got wounded people all over the place. So I've got heavies that aren't going to be back anytime soon. I suppose I could keep myself as a heavy. Stun batons do 20. 30 EMP. This only does 16 and 22 EMP. Guess I'll keep him as that. Now, I was assigned as an assault. What if I changed myself to a heavy? Get rid of this. Put in the heavy armor. I don't think I'm going to ever use a stun gun. Use a hand grenade. And I think I'm going to say that this is what heavies should be in the future. Heavies need to have 70 strength. Yeah, that's what we're going to call a heavy. This is what an assault should look like. She can even carry more. You can carry more! You have two of those. Two regular grenades. Two regular grenades. And that's what we'll call assaults in the future. Okay, now, we go back over here. This assault person. It's over by a little bit, but they can't carry this. 8 loaded. That weighs 12. Alright, so we're going to have to get another stun pistol, I guess. Well, we should probably... I've got 1, 2 rifle, heavy, sniper shield. I need another assault and another rifleman. Assault and a rifleman. What's your accuracy? 49. You're an accuracy 70, but you have very few time units. Because of your strength. Okay, we don't want to take you. 57. This is a good accurate person with lots of time units. So we're going to assign them into the boat. And then we wanted to assign this one into the boat. That should be the boat. Okay. You can carry another one, so you're going to take a flashbang. What if I make that rifleman? You're over, so you have to not take that, because you can't carry that. So we should be okay there, and then I just need to make sure I have everybody in the boat right. Of course I don't, because I am not an assault anymore. I'm going to become a heavy. Okay, now we're in the boat. Alright, we're happy. What's my time? Almost 15 minutes. What we'll probably do is run up to the next mission, and then I'll save at that point before we go on the next mission that comes up. I think the next mission is the cleaner discs mission. Although I might get some aircraft things info. Oh, that's right. Well, that's my aircraft. It's 62% health. It's fuel. Doesn't really have armor. 2, 4. See, because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of 10. That was something I wanted to check. These things weigh. What's their weight? They're a 4. So 4, 8. So my third aircraft is going to be 2 avalanches and a sidewinder because the gun's too heavy. They've made it so that you can't have like 2 avalanches and a gun. So if you take 2 avalanches, the only other thing you can take is a sidewinder. Didn't used to be that way, but now it is. All right, let's speed ourselves up, see if we get to another. Here's our autopsy. Sightings of diminutive extraterrestrials, pallid gray skin, and oversized black eyes are a common thread among eyewitness reports of alien activity. It appears we may have encountered the culprits. Secton stands less than 5 feet tall and possesses substantially less muscle mass than the average human adult. Their physiology is nonetheless fascinating, similar to our own, with mammalian circulatory system and largely recognizable internal organs. The head contains the most significant differences. The brain is relatively large and has a distinctly unfamiliar structure, while the eyes are at least 3 times the size of the human equivalent. Unsurprisingly, this grants sectons excellent vision. The mouth is present, but is underdeveloped and hidden below several folds of skin. The teeth suggest an omnivorous diet, yet no food is present in the stomach. Instead, a number of metal ports are dotted around the spine. However they evolved, it appears these creatures now receive their nutrition directly into their bloodstream. Battlefield reports suggest sectons can cover ground quickly, but are generally weak combatants, with average accuracy and reflexes but otherwise poor physical attributes. While we should not underestimate them, one suspects more deadly extraterrestrials will be encountered in due course. Yeah, I already met one. It's called Mantit and a Mentar. And yes. Okay, we want to go get... Oh, do we want to get power? Improved aircraft technologies and more efficient sources of power for our bases. I guess we can go without the magnetic weapons. Let's go for Elenium power. Right? And then we'll do the Mentark before the end of the month. And this thing. We have to do this before the end of the month. Okay, so we're going to do Elenium power. What's this? Still have a day to go before I get my other airplane. Then I can start building armor. So can I get to my airplane? Yes. Okay. Engineering project. It is time to build armor. 25,000 unit per unit cost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to get everybody in that armor. And just start going. It's going to take 9 days to get them all, but I should get something going. Okay, so we have 9 going. I don't want 9, I want 8. Alright. And let's zip along, see if we get to the next mission. There he is. VIP extraction. We're attempting to eliminate a journalist who has been investigating their activities. Rescuing them may prove more information about the structure of the clean organization. We're in the desert. We have 3 days. Cleaner location. We get 15% more. Plus 200,000, which is the 200,000 is the important part. So we're going to have to go there to do that. Okay? What's my time? We're at 18 minutes. We're going to cut this one short, I think. What we're going to do is we're going to close this, go immediately to here so that we're not wasting any time. We want to go into our troops. What's our salt people look like? I have 1 Warden armor. Alright, so right now he has 12 armor on heavy. If he goes Warden armor, he has 16. Just more armor. Does not have any stun weapons. I could drop this in a smoke to get a stun baton. I'm not going to use a stun baton. I'm going to use grenades and smoke to get myself out of this, right? This guy's carrying a stun pistol, which weighs 8. If I drop that, I can take another smoke grenade. Right? Okay, are these guys both going to be shotguns? Yes. I'm in heavy. I don't think my riflemen can get into heavy armor without losing all their equipment. Yeah, It's going to take a while for them to get into armor. Okay, we want to do a test here. Now, I gave you the Warden armor. I'm going to put you back in tactical for now, because I want to see what happens with a rifleman like this that's really close. If they go into Warden armor, what happens? It's the same weight. Okay, so it's not changing its weight. Weight 6. Weight 6. So this one just has 8 armor and 5 hardness. Okay. Alright, we're going to put it on... I'm going to leave it there. So we want to go get the extra money, because that'll help us do base building and stuff. They don't have anything in here. We'll just have to deal with it. Okay. So if we go over here, I don't think we make the Terminator. How many days do I have? I only have a little bit over 2 days. So let's launch the combat team. What do I have in this ship? I keep forgetting what I put in the ship. Bing, 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 bing. Yes, okay. So we're fine. We can go here. Yeah, they're going to try to be a night mission. Do I want this to be a night mission? They can see better at night than I can. Let's see how close we get. Yeah, we're going to have to wait a bit. We're going to hover right around Houston. Yeah, I can wait a few hours. So we're going to hover right around Houston till the Terminator gets to us. There we go. Because we fly slower than the Terminator. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to click on this. Select the new target, get to here. And there we go. And what we'll do is we'll get to the tactical battle map, and then we will put in a cut. Move the VP to the extraction point. VIP is killed. Not possible to win the mission via elimination, and enemy reinforcements will spawn continuously from turn 8. Winning the mission before your soldiers have reached their dropship will cause a complete loss of the strike team. So you got to get the VIP, escort them back to the ship, get everybody on the boat, and then lift off. Okay, that's basically what you're doing. This is a new one. This wasn't in the original like 2.0 or even 3.0. This is a new mission, just like the rescuing the sergeants was sort of a new mission, I think, in 3. So they are adding mission types to give us a little bit different kinds of rewards. This guy's worth 200k. Yeah, he helps you with finding the cleaner's base, but 200k is probably the more important part of this mission. So we're going to go into where it says it starts. I've been tracking a journalist in the local area investigating cleaner activity. Unfortunately, it seems they were onto him. He's made it to the rendezvous point with your soldiers, but the cleaners are closing in. Get him back in the dropship alive. That information could help us. Yeah, it's got money. It's got money. Okay, so we're here, and we have to get... all the way up to here. So, like I said, it's a whole different kind of mission. Whole different kind of thing. And once again, I did not put my rockets on here because rockets make this a lot easier because you just blow yourself a hole all the way through. All right, we'll put in a cut here. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like to see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notify bell. Be notified to upload videos and to schedule streams. I'm going to cut this one a little bit short because this is going to be a long mission. And this will probably take us a good half hour to get through this mission, so we'll do that next time. I do have other playthroughs that I'm doing. I'm doing an uninformed playthrough, which means I do not look at the wikis. I do not look at videos of game Baldur's Gate 3, Rogue Trader by Owlcat Games, and Battletech by Harebrained Games. Those are all three uninformed playthroughs. I do take advice from my people that in my family that have played the game already, and also from viewers. I mean, leave me comments. Tell me, hey, go do this. Hey, go do that. Build this way. Build that way. Those things I allow myself to use, but I don't go looking things up online. I will admit, in the case of Baldur's Gate 3, since I was completely done with Act 1 and I just finished Act 2, I have been watching other people's playthroughs of Act 1 and seeing all the things that I missed in Act 1. So, yeah, that's one that I'm going to definitely play again. And I'm doing the same thing with Rogue Trader. I'm actually in Chapter 3 there. So I watched like Chapter 1 and Prologue videos of those games now that I'm done with them and I can't go back, just to see all the stuff that I missed. So I do some of that, just to get me in the mood to play the game again. And BattleTech is it's interesting. I haven't seen too many other videos out on BattleTech other than like the odd battle or something where they show you a neat combo or something like that. So that one is just all trying to learn how to fight with mechs and tactical warfare kind of thing with a different twist. I also do streams on Saturday mornings. For right now, it's Pathfinder Kingmaker. It was a fan choice. They chose me to play a female monk trying to romance Tristan, who's one of the main NPCs in the game. So that's my goal there, to not only finish that game for everybody, but to actually finish it with him romanced and we get together at the end of the game and the cutscenes and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do there. It's a very interesting game because I am not used to playing melee type characters like a monk. My go-to is whenever I play a game for the first time, a fantasy type game, I always go with a ranger, either human or half-elf ranger. I have found in Pathfinder Kingmaker at least, and it looks like it's also that way in Wizards of the Coast, or not Wizards, Wrath of the Righteous. Everybody talks about how great this race is and that race is. I have found that humans are actually the best one because you get an extra feat at the beginning of your game, and that extra feat at low level is huge. In Pathfinder Kingmaker, it helps you get a whole bunch of persuasion chance bonuses, and if you do it right, you can kind of cruise through the first, I don't know, 3 or 4 encounters where you have to do talking and stuff. You just go right through it, and if you keep building on that all the way through the game, anytime there's a persuasion type check, you just kind of pass it. And then, you have to build your character for whatever else you're going to do with it. But I found that persuasion in that game is really important. That's true in a lot of the role-playing games, that being able to talk. Having someone in your party all the time that can talk is important. And that's why it's like I kind of like to have my main characters be the ones that are the guys with either the charisma or the persuasion skill or whatever game mechanic it is, so that they can do the talking, because I know they're always going to be in the party. They're always going to be there to talk to everybody. So they have a good chance of being able to talk their way out of situations or set up, favorable situations for themselves and things like that. So, I actually put out a video about talking about skills in Pathfinder Kingmaker, where I discussed that whole dynamic that, everybody else talks about how much damage can you do, how much damage can you do, how much damage can you do. And it's like, don't neglect some of these other things, because some of these things are just as important as being able to do damage, being able to solve the puzzles, pick the locks, things like that, intimidate people. All of that kind of stuff is almost as important as how much damage can you do, because if you can get all those things to go for you, you may not have to do so much damage because you'll convince people to help fight on your side. And then you don't have to be the guy that has to do 400 points of damage to win the battle. You can be somebody who does 100 points over the battle, and your allies will do the rest. So, You can look that up on my channel. There's lots of playlists, lots of different content, and there will be more content coming through the fall here. I am starting up this again because they've gotten a pretty good stable Milestone 4, and I wanted everybody to get another chance to take a look at what they've changed and what they've added. This is one of the new missions. It's another whole way of playing the game, different tactical situations that you have to be in. So it's important to see some of this new stuff and show how much they're growing out the gameplay and everything. It's not just going to be like land here, kill all the aliens, capture their stuff. There's other storylines going on here where you get different kinds of missions. There was the rescue the sergeants. Um, there was the abduction one where you had to rescue the civilians. There will come a time, I'm not sure where that comes up, if it's in month 3, I think. You get a terror mission where you have to go in and try and rescue, civilians, kind of, and get rid of the aliens before they set off a bunch of bombs. So there's lots of different ways of playing the tactical combat game. And of course, the strategic layer is another whole thing. And in the air combat, they're still working on it. The last time I had a chance to show off the air combat, I didn't do it because I was way up against the clock. So I just took the automatic victory thing. The next time I have an aerial combat, I will show you how that's working. For right now, they are still working on trying to make that even more immersive and more tactical or whatever in nature. They're trying to give you more choices in the aerial combat rather than it being just one size fits all kind of thing. In the early releases, I got to the point where it's like, okay, once you know how to, you like try to fight each one of the UFO types, and then after that, you just take automatic resolves as long as you're going to win, because it's just faster and you get through the game quicker. But there's another whole little game in the air combat in here, so that'll be coming up whenever I get to another air combat, another interception of UFO. I will do the air combat so you can see how that works out. Okay. All right. I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.